Welcome back to a new episode of Ask the Patient Advocate podcast. Today's conversation is incredibly important, especially for anyone who has felt dismissed, traumatized, or changed by their medical journey. We're joined by Chris Paige, a licensed therapist and coach with over 35 years of experience in trauma resolution, anxiety, depression, and recovery from medical and pharmaceutical injury. Chris brings both the professional expertise and lived experience to his work. As a survivor of multiple traumas and iatrogenic injury, he describes himself as a wounded healer, or someone who not only understands the path, but walks alongside others as they find their way back to wholeness. Chris, we're so grateful to have you today. How are you?
I'm great, thank you, and I'm excited to be here too.
Thank you. So I think this is, such a great episode to have. I have so many questions that I want to know more about. And many of our listeners have experienced trauma because of healthcare. They've been misdiagnosed, they've had adverse medication reactions, or felt dismissed and things like that. And, can you explain what medical or iatrogenic trauma is and then why it's often overlooked?
Sure. The word iatrogenic basically means a man-made illness, meaning that you get injured or sick from the medical treatment that you sought. And I'm from the generation that grew up believing that doctors knew everything, that they that they were almost like deities in some ways that could cure.
Yep.
And I still do believe for acute medicine there is some real relevance of that belief. But unfortunately, from my experience and from many of my clients' experience, what we have found is that the medical system does not understand the downside of many of their treatments. They understand what they hope will be the outcome of the treatments, but rarely do people, what I say, get full informed consent before they go down the path of either a medication or a medical treatment or whatever they're seeking related to whatever they're dealing with at that time.